Hey, what is up you guys? Zero here. Welcome back to yet another Lorcana video. Today I'm bringing for you some gameplay. It's been a hot second since I've had at least my gameplay on this channel. But yeah, this is from my first set champs. So a couple weeks ago at this point, it was at Nerd Rage Gaming. It was a streamed event, so this is actually footage from their stream. I'm just commentating over it because it was, fun. It was a fun set of games, really close, and it ends in a really spectacular way, so you're gonna want to stay tuned for that. But yeah, this is top 8. We are at the top 8 match. We are up against Justin, who's playing Amber Steel, Aggro, Mines, and yeah, we are playing Blurple as always. But yeah, let us get into the gameplay, see what we've got going here. Yeah, I managed to get going. I get my ramp off. I did start with followers, but I popped it because Cinderella was on the field. And then I sailed to get Diablo out because I don't mind Diablo getting hit by anything. But yeah, I get into my rabbits. Justin had a really dynamic turn 2 here with double Daisy. And now he gets a dock out, and he also has strength of a raging fire, which he sings with Cindy to hit our rabbit. And yeah, not a fun place to be. He is up at 4 lore. The daisies did get us characters. The good thing about Blurple, at least into this deck, is we normally draw off of it. I run somewhere between 8 to 10 actions. The number keeps changing, so I'm never certain. But my deck list is down below if you want a definitive number down there. But yeah, on our turn to try and get some tempo back, I go ahead and bounce, get Fox out to take out one of the daisies, and I get to play another Tipo, ramp another card. We unfortunately missed with this daisy trigger. Doesn't happen often, but it does happen indeed. And this dock that he played the last turn, this is a much more aggressive variant, or at least a different variant at least. There was a dock that went down on the last turn, but because of the dock, he gets to play this Kita down for 4, and the Kita goes crazy here where I can't challenge on this turn because everything has lost a lot of strength. So yeah, my Fox is useless here. I did get to ramp up to Hades this turn, so I at least get to remove the Kita off the field. But yeah, I just had to go ahead and quest because I think he wants to quest anyway. I don't think he's challenging me. Might as well quest if I couldn't do anything. But yeah, he is going up to 13 here, dropping another Daisy, gets the dock off, gets to refresh his hand. Still has a lot of ink left, and a blue comes down. So this looks pretty bad for us. Another quest up to 14. And yeah, I feel like the video just started, but here we go. We are almost at the end of the first game because yeah, I don't really have much to do here. I could drop a Hades to get rid of this blue, but then I don't think I have enough to get rid of all this backline. And if I want to go through the challenging, then I do gift my opponent here 2 extra lore because I had to go through the blue. So yeah, really fast setup by Justin here, really quickly putting a kibosh on this game. And yeah, I think I do find some like crazy lines, but it's not nearly enough to finish the job. And yeah, I'm just doing math with the ink, trying to figure things out. I do have to play an Elsa because I do have to remove more than this, but still, like, my strength is so low, it took 2 of my characters to take care of this blue. I go ahead for some trades, and then, yeah, not enough. My opponent has exactly 4 lore on the board. We're just going to move on to game 2. I was on to play, and I lost that game, so this doesn't bode well for the following game. Into game 2 here. I at least get to be on the play again, but unfortunately, that means that if I do win this game, I will have to win on the draw on game 3. But yeah, before we even start worrying about that, we're going to have to win this game first. I go ahead and ink a Manor because we want control of the board against this very aggressive build. More aggressive than usual, so we definitely want to retain control here. Manor's not going to be helping us. We get Turnbox followers out just because we can pop it here in the face of Cinderella. And on our next card, we are going to be inking an Elsa and playing a Tipo. The fact that I'm inking Elsa, I assume I just have another one. So yeah, looks like I have a decision here on what to be Tipoing. I don't think I had any big uninkable characters, so I just really had to decide what I needed the least here. But yeah, what I'm looking for, crabs. Looking for crabs, looking for foxes, and things to challenge the board. And yeah, on Justin's turn here, he thinks a little bit on what to do. No Storm Rage on, looks like, so my Tipo is at least safe. Just think about what he wants to ink here. And he ultimately goes for Lawrence, plays the Piglet. He wants to go even more aggressive on me than the previous turn. Yeah, my turn comes around. I go ahead. I'm going to ink Donald, and I do put this crab down. So yeah, I didn't have a 4-drop, unfortunately. But, I mean, crab is still an okay drop here. At least puts some pressure on the board. It trades pretty cleanly into characters on the board right now. And if something comes up that it, you know, has to trade into, like Shmi or something, at least it threatens to buff something on the way out. So yeah, crab super good in this matchup. Love to see it. Crab and foxes, that is the key to victory here. But yeah, Justin's gonna go ahead. He plays down Daisy and Doc, and he's gonna sing Strength of a Raging Fire, take out my crab here. So short-lived crab on the board. On my turn though, I can go ahead. I ink a Manor. We go for Elsa, take out this Piglet before it starts to really do some damage. But yeah, as expected, he's going to be dropping Shmi and a second Doc here. Since the first Doc didn't trigger, I had a feeling another one was coming. Getting him a new hand here, and he's going to continue the quest, obviously, to just keep the pressure up and going. And we are going to have to find an answer to this wide board, and hopefully we can keep pace here. And yeah, another Strength of Raging Fire does not bode well. It is saying that we are in for a doozy. We lose our Elsa, which would have been really nice to help us continue to challenge this board, but alas, it was not meant to be. Gonna go ahead. I think I ink a goat there, I believe. I quest with Tipo because we are going for Fox, obviously. Fox to take out the Daisy, and we are going to cycle the Fox to come down another Fox to take care of the Cinderella. She has been singing too much, dealing too much damage. And this is kind of nice for us, having this kind of Fox rotation going on. It kind of makes Justin have a hard choice here because he knows I have the other Fox. I can keep going with this Fox shenanigans. He does go ahead and quest out. Debatable here if Shmi should have challenged the Fox. The 2 Docs couldn't take it out, or 2 Docs together could take it out, but still, now that I have it, I can keep doing the exact same thing. I go Fox into the Doc. I can cycle this Fox out, which I believe I do. No, I remember what I do. I do have a Magic Broom, so Magic Broom I thought wasn't very helpful. I'd rather draw something else. I definitely want to find some of my bigger threats like Hades and Elsa as I'm getting close to that ink. So I decided to cycle since I had the extra ink anyway. And we go ahead, Foxes, trade into everything. I take out the 2 Docs. I take out the Shmi. And on Justin's turn, he's going to drop down 2 Lilos. And he's at 12 lore, which doesn't look too great. We are empty boarded, but we did come back from a significant disadvantage, I would say, after all those Strength of Raging Fires. But yeah, here we go. I did find my big Elsa, so we are going to exert down the 2 Lilos. Justin's playing Oracle here. He can usually guess what I'm going to do on my next turn. As you can see, he preemptively taps down the Lilos for me. But yeah, he's going to go ahead and quest with the Rapunzel here, and we are going to challenge because we are trying to get the board back here. I don't have time to be questing yet. We want to win back the board before we start trying to quest, and I'm just trying to think of the best way to do that here. I'm kind of the reason I'm taking so long to think here is I see his Rapunzel on the board, and I'm trying to find a way not to give him this opportunity here where he can, if he wants to, use the Rapunzel to challenge my Fox and then heal it with another Rapunzel so that he can draw another 3 cards, which probably overthinking it. I don't think he even wanted. I mean, there's, you know, it's not the worst move, but it does leave maybe something to be desired. But yeah, Justin's thinking about how many Lilos he wants to bring back here. He decides to go for the 1, and he draws a Pete. So at least he can play the Pete. He can go ahead and quest again. And yeah, he has some tough decisions here because there is a chance that he draws the Kita, which Kita would be pretty good for him if he doesn't bring the Lilos back. But if he brings the Lilos back, it ends up being a pretty bad draw. So yeah, I go ahead. Elsa, big Elsa comes back down, the one that I bounced back so that I can exert these two characters. And I took out the Lilo, so we're giving him another decision here. He ends up not going for the Lilos, hoping that the Kita comes out, because if the Kita comes out, that is basically a free win right there. But unfortunately, he gets a Pete, so the Lilo would have helped more if it did come back, at least force me to challenge into it again. And I'm going to have to be doing some removal here. And it's probably not going to be very clean. As you can see, I have the Goat, I have the Elsa, and I have the Fox. I'm going to trade the Fox here into the Pete, and then the Goat and the Elsa just kind of uncleanly trade into this Rapunzel. But at least I don't have another Lilo to worry about here that I had to deal with. The Pete is going to stay on the board, but not much we can do about that. The rest of my hand isn't too great, but I can try and go even wider here. I'm going to bring out my Broom, going to bring out my Tipo, and one Lilo comes back as my opponent here is going to draw and find a Lawrence. Pretty good so far. He's finding these 3 drops to complement his 2-cost Lilo that keeps coming back. I got a pretty clean trade here though. I'm going to go Magic Broom into the Lilo before playing the Rabbit to banish it, so I can keep drawing cards here. And then Tipo can finish the Lilo here, who has 1 health remaining. And then we have this Pete, we have this Lawrence. Hopefully I have an answer to this Lawrence. If not, it's going to be a little dangerous here. Gonna get up to 19 lore for Justin here, but I'm seeing the end. My board is very wide, so as long as I can continue to answer whatever is coming out next, then we are clean. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I used the Goat to take out the Pete. I also would have survived, but I'd rather quest here because I would want to put pressure on the board and you know, threaten. I think this is lethal. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8. If I can bounce the Goat, it's lethal, or if I have another Goat, it's lethal. So that's my threat here. Amber Steel doesn't really have a way to get lore immediately. It needs to quest to get there. So yeah, Justin thinks about what to do before bringing the Lilos back. And gonna go for the quest up to 19. But that is about it. So if I do have anything here, I can just go for the win. But if I don't, I'm gonna have to go for some challenges. So it looks like I'm thinking a bit. I'm sailing. I'm looking for something, a Goat, a bounce, anything. And I don't think I find it because I'm thinking a little hard here. So I'm probably gonna have to do some trading unless I do end up finding something. But yeah, just doing math in my head. And oh, I do find a Bell. We're gonna put 1 on the Lawrence so that the trade is clean. So yeah, didn't find anything to win that turn, but at least this is gonna be a very clean turn. I can take out the Lilos and we can take out the Lawrence for free here. And I'm just thinking about how I want to trade into this, because I think at the end of the day it doesn't matter too much. It's good. It's just gonna be, does he find something here to find victory? But if not, then I got it. And yeah, it doesn't look like it. At least that's one of the things I like to, against playing against Amber Steel. At least you don't get surprises like Go-Go Tamago or Goat or White Rose or anything like that. But yeah, game 2, great. But now we're gonna be on the draw. Let's see if we can take this. So here we go, game 3 for all the marbles. Winner proceeds to top 4. Loser goes home, at least with a really nice Scar promo to add to their collection. So I think we're all winners here. But yeah, going ahead, I am going to be inking my Elsa to play Diablo. Doesn't look like my hand was very great. I'd rather almost any other 1-drop here, since the Cinderella didn't come down. But Daisy shows a snake. I got to add that to my hand. He did play a Simba and another Daisy on top of that. I did see these Simbas in Justin's list. I don't think he ran the big Simba, or at least he didn't get to it. But yeah, and I think I had another Diablo, and at least I find a Tipo, get my ramp going here. Still not a great situation. There are 2 Daisies on board. At least there's not a Cinderella. That Cinderella has been a menace for me in the previous 2 games, so glad not to see it. Piglet does come down though. which is unfortunate because it's a turn too early. I don't think we have a good way to deal with it right now. But yeah, Double Daisy gets us a Snake and a Tipo. Luckily, we are seeing our characters here and not our very few actions that we run in our deck. And I'm going to have a decision here. Hopefully, I have some crabs. Hopefully, I have some foxes to deal with these daisies. Justin's just thinking here if he wants to quest with the Simba and what to ink, I believe. I think he's, yep, he goes ahead, inks Shmi, does quest with the Simba. Back to our turn. Let us see what answer we have. I actually don't remember. It's been a couple weeks. I remember what happens, but I don't remember how we get there. But yeah, I do get a crab, and I do have another 1-drop, so kind of nice there. I do break the lore counter a couple times there. Yeah, I haven't been mentioning, but the lore counter on the screen in the middle there at least is going to be more accurate than the side ones. But no, this setup's really nice. I did like the way the stream looks, the stream setup, so everything looks pretty cool. But yeah, on Justin's turn here, he has that Piglet and that Daisy. Still a lot of lore pressure. He's thinking pretty hard here. I think he has a pretty big decision he's about to make here that, yeah, go ahead. Simba will trade into our Tipo. Rapunzel's going to heal it, draw cards, so pretty nice there. Gonna go for that quest up to 12. And we miss. We somehow miss again off of this Daisy. Shouldn't be happening, I feel, but I mean, we've been hitting pretty well. I think this is our second miss over the 3-game series, so not too bad, but still, I think the odds were heavily in our favor, so twice is still a lot of times to miss. But yeah, 2 Diablos on board, Crab on board. We have some moves we can make here. Get another Crab out. Crab will trade into the Piglet. And we have a pretty cool move here. I'm going to be inking this friends on the other side. And we are thinking about how we want to do it, but yeah, I think this is the only way. We are going to snake back the crab we just played, buff up the crab that we already have on the board so that it is enough to get rid of that Daisy, and we just go ahead and quest a Diablo while I break the lore counter again. But yeah, good news, we used that crab super well because it gave 2 of our characters Challenger, and it's still in our hand, which means we get to do it all over again the next turn when other things enter the board. And yeah, this is great for us just because now the Rapunzel isn't that threatening anymore because we have Snake. I could always just buff Snake to take it out. Simba, of course, isn't threatening, so Justin's gonna have to put some stuff on. Okay, well, you know, 2 Piglets is some stuff on board indeed. And yeah, with these on the board, he's probably not gonna be questing. He thinks about it here, but yeah, if he does quest and I find a way to get rid of one of these Piglets, then suddenly they are a lot weaker. So yeah, after some thinking, I do think he decides not to quest, which I think is the correct decision, because if I manage to take out Rapunzel, take out the Simba, take out a Piglet, and suddenly I'm probably going to be winning. So yeah, I think he thinks for a while here, doing the math to see if I can do it, and the answer is if I do have Elsa, then yes, because the line would be I play Elsa, I would exert down the Piglet, the crab would trade into the Piglet and give my Elsa +3. Elsa can then take out the Rapunzel, and Snake would take out the Simba, which would leave Justin with only a Piglet on board, and that is way less threatening. So he does want to get the 6 lore from these double Piglets if he can, and that's really the only way to guarantee it. It takes him a while to figure the math out here, and he does figure it out though. So I think it is the correct play to not quest there. And I am holding the Elsa, and I was hoping he was questing, but he does make the smart play here. So I'm going to have to be fighting my way uphill here for sure, because after I take this Piglet out, which is the only thing I can do, he's going to be able to quest for 6, which brings him up to 18. And from my 2 lore, I'm going to have to find a way to win from there, which may be insurmountable. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, Elsa's going to come down, do what I just said, and I'm going to go ahead and quest because I have to catch up here. And he is looking for Kita. I know he's looking for Kita as he adds a little suspense there as he sees what he top decks. But no Kita, no dice. Kita probably would have sealed the deal there, to be honest, because I think I do have like a Fox and stuff like that, but there's no way I can like finish the board off if that Kita comes down, especially with the giant Rapunzel on board. He's going to be up at 18, and if I can't take the Rapunzel out, if I can't take anything out, then it's over. So yeah, Kita definitely would have ended things. Luckily for me though, no Kita to be seen. Simba draws a card here, and Justin's debating once again what he should be keeping from the between the two cards. The one card he already had in hand, and the other he opts in the end of the day. He's going to be discarding this Daisy, playing out the mine. I think in retrospect that isn't a good move, but he did figure this out too, I think. And Brandon DeCandio in the chat also figured it out, because Daisy's harder for me to deal with because I have to find a way to exert her and then hit her with 4 some more. But the nice thing about the mine for me is it is already exerted as a location. I can already challenge it, so at least I can deal with it right here. But yeah, 18 lore, really wide board. We do find a way to do this though. We did exactly what I was saying before. Crab is going to trade into the Piglet so that it buffs my Elsa to take out the Rapunzel, and then my other crab is going to come down, buff the Snake to take out the mine, and then I play another crab to buff my Diablo to take care of the Simba. So yeah, I had all the ink to play that because I didn't have to Hades a Daisy, which is what I probably would have had. Well, could I have even done it? I think I didn't ink, or I don't know. Maybe that Daisy would have sealed it all in the end anyway. But yeah, Justin is going to pass here, which is telling me that he probably has Kita or Gantu or something here because he's at 4 lore. So either that or maybe a song he doesn't want to play yet. But even then, Strength of Raging Fire, I don't know if it's worth keeping. So that's kind of what's on my mind. But now that I have a reprieve, I'm going to take some time to develop the board with stuff I couldn't before, like the Genie here. Draw myself a card and go for questing. I break the Lorcana again. That happens a lot this game. But yeah, moving on from there. Top deck, what do we get here? Justin sees, he's like, is it an inkable for the Kita that he was hoping for? I believe that's what he was saying, but it ended up not being an inkable. Instead, what he finds is he's going to play a Baloo. So yeah, he was thinking about whether to bodyguard it here or not, but I was super excited about this because he did this to me in the very first game, and I learned my lesson. I'm like, I'm going to hold this Hades in my hand to take care of this Baloo because it's going to come down. It's going to be impossible for me to deal with if I don't have a Hades, so I'm not going to play this Hades unless I absolutely have to. So Hades is going to come down. I did it. I won this game. I'm going to go ahead and quest out with everything, totally forgetting that Simba is on the board. So this is the huge blunder where it's like, oh, Justin tells me I missed it. I didn't hit the Simba. He's going to be able to quest for victory here. Except Justin's actually a super nice guy. So he realized that I just, you know, fumbled under the pressure of stream, under the pressure of, you know, it was mainly excitement. Honestly, it wasn't the pressure of stream. I was just so excited that my plan came to fruition that I just didn't see the Simba. But no, Justin's super nice guy, super sportsmanlike, because what he does here is he actually concedes to me, knowing that I would have taken the victory. He thinks about it for a bit. To be fair, like if I, you know, like most other people probably wouldn't do what he did here, but no, I really appreciate it. Justin, shout out to him, man, super nice guy. From here, I get to move on to my top 4. I do beat my top 4, and then I'm on stream again for my finals match. So yeah, that's gonna be the next video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in that video. Yeah, mad shout out to Justin and mad shout out to Energy. This looks like an awesome stream, and I'll probably be there for the next set champs, and hopefully I'll be up there again. And not make as much mistakes. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one, and ciao.